We start this Thursday with new information for you. A Valley family dealing with the tragic loss of a child. An 8-year-old boy from Page, North Dakota has died after a crash in Steele County. The North Dakota Highway Patrol confirming that Brayden Dahl passed away yesterday. The crash happened just after 7 Tuesday morning on Steele County Road 1 near Galesburg. Troopers say a pickup driven by Ryan Oost failed to yield at an intersection and hit the passenger side of the car Brayden was in. He was taken by helicopter to Sanford Health in Fargo, but died from his injuries. Now, the crash is still under investigation. Troopers tell Valley News Live that the case will be forwarded to the state's attorney's office once they're done for consideration of possible charges against Oost. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help raise money for the Dahl family. We have a link to that at our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. Well, what a temperature change that we have seen the last couple of days. Not feeling much like July, and as you can see on our Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam network, still looking gray outside in Fargo. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for a first look at that Thursday afternoon forecast.
Yeah, it really depends on where you are. Fargo, gray. We have the mist and the fog in some areas and rain that continues in some spots. Gray skies in Fargo, and then in contrast, on our Skycam in Grand Forks, or East Grand Forks, we've got beautiful blue sky there, and there's a huge difference between that area and what we're dealing with in the south. You can see on our visible satellite loop here where the clouds are in white, where we have clear skies. You see the black or dark gray color, and a lot of us still socked in under the clouds. Roseau, Langdon, Devil's Lake, a beautiful day for you, and gradually these clouds will be departing, but it's cool out there. It's only 55 right now in Fosston and Bemidji. It's 60 in Fargo and 68 in Grand Forks. Winds are into the teens out of the east now, and we'll slowly see those clouds depart, and maybe for a few hours this afternoon and evening we'll get some sunshine in Fargo and other places in the valley that are still in the gray. But we've got some really great weather coming up. If this is kind of not what you prefer in July, we'll let you know what to expect coming up in just a bit.
All right, Lisa, we will see you then. Well, some people who are certainly preferring these cooler temperatures, the 600 to 700 customers still without electricity in the Detroit Lakes area following Tuesday night's storm. Wild Rice Electric Co-op CEO Steve Hoven tells Valley News Live that repairs have been very slow going because of snapped power poles and damage to lines from all the downed trees and branches. Hoven says that his crews are getting help from other electric co-ops and that they are making progress. Right now, they're concentrating their work on the eastern side of Detroit Lakes, as well as the Richwood and Pickerel Lake areas. Their goal is to have power fully restored by the end of the day. Volunteers are back out today at a couple of popular golf courses in Minnesota Lakes Country. Our Skyview drone captured this at the home of the Pine to Palm. Nearly 100 trees brought down by high winds at the Detroit Country Club and neighboring Lakeview Golf Course. Course officials say that they hope to reopen Lakeview later today and the Country Club by tomorrow. Well, developing for you today, investigators looking for 4 missing men in Pennsylvania have uncovered a mass grave on a farm that they say is getting deeper by the minute, but that at this time, only 1 missing person has been identified. The 4 men have been missing for about 5 days. The grave was discovered on the farm of a farm owned by the family of Cosmo DiNardo. The 20-year-old is considered a person of interest in the case. He is in custody on separate charges. Now, at least some of the missing men are believed to be friends. It's not clear yet if any of them knew DiNardo. Authorities have said that they don't yet know how the victims died or provided any motive for what happened. Senate Republicans are rolling out a revised health care bill in their ongoing effort to repeal and replace Obamacare. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had hoped to pass a measure earlier this month, but there was not enough support. And as Weijia Zhang reports from Capitol Hill today, this new bill may not have enough either.
You need almost all of them.
President Trump warned Republican senators that failing to repeal and replace Obamacare will come with consequences.
I will be very angry about it, and a lot of people will be very upset. But I'm sitting waiting for that bill to come to my desk.
GOP senators are reviewing a new health care bill after the first version failed to win enough support. Republican leaders are aiming to start debating next week with a vote to follow. CBS News has learned the new draft adds billions of dollars in opioid funding and more credits to help low-income Americans pay for coverage on the individual market by leaving some of Obamacare's taxes on the wealthy in place, like a tax on investment income and salaries and bonuses for healthcare CEOs, a move conservatives are already criticizing.
When you're keeping half the taxes, most of the regulations, and creating a brand new insurance bailout super fund, that to most people just doesn't look like repeal. I will vote against the motion to proceed.
GOP leaders are also trying to sway moderate holdouts who are mostly worried about deep Medicaid cuts. But the new health care bill does not appear to address that concern. With support from their own party in question, some Republicans say it's time to reach out to Democrats.
I want to give Democrats an opportunity to at least have input to the idea.
GOP Senate leaders want to pass something before next month's recess. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, Republican Senate leaders have delayed the start of the summer break by 2 weeks to try and wrap up health care and focus on other priorities like the debt ceiling. Verizon Wireless has confirmed that a security lapse has exposed the information of millions of its customers. A representative says that some 6 million customer names, phone numbers, home and email addresses, along with account PIN numbers have been exposed. The lapse is due to an employee putting the information on an unsecured cloud server. However, Verizon says that none of the information, it appears, made it into the wrong hands. The federal government has denied North Dakota's request for reimbursement for the costs associated with the Dakota Access Pipeline protests. Governor Doug Burgum made that request for a disaster declaration in a letter to President Trump earlier this year. The state says that the total cost for protest activity is expected to be around $38 million. If the request had been approved, the federal government would have paid 75% of that cost. Well, as you saw just before we went on the air, President Donald Trump arrived in Paris today for a two-day visit. The president and First Lady Melania Trump met with French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife at a formal welcome ceremony. Tomorrow, President Trump will be the guest of honor to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the U.S. entry into World War I. One of the Valley's favorite sons is working to be remembered as more than just a great college and NFL quarterback. Carson Wentz has officially launched his new foundation, AO1, and the mission is faith-based and driven by 3 branches of community service. The foundation strives to provide funds and support for kids in need overseas, provide hunting and outdoor opportunities for veterans and the disabled, and provide service dogs for kids in Philadelphia. At a special launch event held at Oxbow last night, Wentz says that with these 3 branches, he's able to pursue 3 of his passions and his faith.
I kind of figured, why wait? Why wait? I don't know how long. God willing, I'll play this game for a long time, but at the end of the day, I don't know if this platform will be gone tomorrow. I don't know if I'll go get hurt or something could happen, But, I just kind of figured it's something I'm passionate about, and why wait?
For more information on the AO1 Foundation, you can head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Well, it's certainly a unique way to research what animal the University of Texas is using to help them figure out a way to cure Zika. But next, meteorologist Lisa Green is back in with weather to plan our Thursday.